Today we will throw some light on worthy and greatest feuds in WWE's four-decade classic to be discussed with this countdown of the greatest rivalries to ever dominate WWE television. By the way, if don't agree, sound off in the comment section below and let us know your pick for the greatest rivalry in WWE history. At number 10, Undertaker and Kane. The greatest story ever told by WWE's creative forces is the sibling rivalry between The Undertaker and Kane. Kane debuted in WWE under the guidance of Paul Bearer, who sought to use the masked angel of vengeance against. At WrestleMania 14, the siblings would clash in one of the event's most anticipated bouts. The Brothers of Destruction were on-again, off-again rivals over the years, until Kane tried to rid WWE of The Undertaker forever, burying him alive at Survivor Series 2003. The dead man haunted Kane for months before returning at WrestleMania XX to continue his streak, defeating Kane in Madison Square Garden. In the 6 years that followed, the Brothers of Destruction would clash many more times, headlining pay-per-views and writing new, complex chapters to an epic storyline with the likes of 2010 edition of Hell in a Cell and Bragging Rights, where Kane would get the upper hand in both the pay-per-views. At number 9, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Reigning WWE World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar was an unstoppable monster in 2015, but Roman Reigns welcomed the challenge. After the Big Dog won the 2015 Royal Rumble match, the two powerhouses were on a collision course for WrestleMania 31. Just as Reigns mounted a comeback, though, Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank contract and spoiled it.
Rollins with the title! Rollins with the title! Wait a minute! Seth Rollins with the title! Are you kidding me?
For the next 3 years, Reigns stewed over falling short to Lesnar. Their long-awaited rematch at WrestleMania 34 was one of the most brutal bouts to ever occur on the grandest stage of them all. Not only has the feud continued for 6 years, but it has also included 3 WrestleMania main events, one being a massive championship unification bout at 2022's Showcase of the Immortals. Do not be surprised if, in future incarnations of this list, the Tribal Chief and the Beast Incarnate find themselves ranked further up the countdown. At number 8, John Cena and CM Punk. For the past decade, John Cena was the White Knight and face of WWE. On the other hand, CM Punk was the anarchist intent on upsetting the establishment in the name of change, starring his famous pipe bomb. In 2011, they began a rivalry that would burn brightly for a short period of time but instantly establish its place in WWE history. Another intriguing fact is that at Money in the Bank that July, Punk promised to wrap up his contract with the company by absconding with its world title. To do so, he would have to defeat Cena, the epitome of a big match competitor. Eventually, he did, but re-signed with the company shortly thereafter, meaning the two would go on to have more matches over the industry's top prize. The quality of the matches, the stakes, and the real tension that existed between the polar opposites fueled interest and led to some of the hottest matches, moments, and promos in recent WWE history.
It's not going to happen.
At number 7, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. Before there were Mega Powers and WrestleMania main events, Macho Man Randy Savage exploded onto the scene in WWE by targeting world champion Hulk Hogan, hellbent on making his own star at the expense of the promotion's top dog. Then ego and Hogan's perceived lust for Miss Elizabeth got in the way, and the most powerful team in WWE history imploded. The bout would ignite at WrestleMania 5. The Hulkster and Macho Man brought a year-long rivalry to a head in a much-anticipated world title clash that saw the former drop the leg and regain a WWE title that had eluded him for over 12 months. Then the two would continue their rivalry into WCW, but for an entire generation of fans, Hogan vs. Savage was the preeminent one in professional wrestling.
You and I are fighting for the love of all those Hulkamaniacs.
At number 6, John Cena and The Rock. For a long time, it seemed as if a bout between John Cena and The Rock would remain a dream match. That all changed when the Brahma Bull returned to host WrestleMania XXVI. It was all clear from the sky that he and Cena wouldn't be getting along, but The Rock truly earned Cena's attention when he cost the Cenation leader his WWE Championship match against The Miz at the Show of Immortals. The night after, the two rivals set up the once-in-a-lifetime bout for WrestleMania 18, which was truly a dream match in the making, as in his hometown of Miami, The Rock emerged victorious, leaving Cena extra frustrated, involving his personal life. Yet, a year later at WrestleMania 29, their fates would be reversed, as Cena claimed a milestone WWE Championship victory over the Great One inside MetLife Stadium. At number 5, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. The main rivalry heading into the event involved The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, which would begin at In Your House pay-per-view of same year in a first-ever Hell in a Cell. But this match ended in no contest due to the interference from the latter's lost brother Kane. A multi-time WWE champion, HBK became obsessed with trying to end The Undertaker's unparalleled WrestleMania streak, which culminated at the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, dressing in all white and descending from the heavens for their epic bout, but Undertaker still emerged victorious. Michaels' obsession grew over the next year. He was willing to do anything for a rematch with the dead man. He put his career on the line at WrestleMania XXVI against the streak. Michaels withstood everything thrown at him in one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time, but 3 tombstones meant the end of his WWE Hall of Fame career. At number 4, Triple H and Randy Orton. The Game and Randy Orton's rivalry is one of the most compelling in WWE history as it unfolded over multiple years, with key clashes in 2004, 2005, and 2009, where tensions rose when Orton challenged Triple H's authority. Then, Triple H expelled Orton from Evolution, turning Orton into a fan favorite. Despite initial momentum, Orton lost the World Heavyweight Championship back to Triple H at Unforgiven pay-per-view. The feud continued with Orton seeking revenge on Triple H and Evolution. Orton returned with a new ruthlessness and his unique arsenal that is, RK, culminated in brutal matches, such as Championship match and a memorable Hell in a Cell encounter, where Orton compete as that year's Royal Rumble winner. This series of feuds helped establish Orton as a major WWE star and showcased Triple H's ability to play both sides of the ring.
At number 3, Undertaker and Triple H. The Game and the Dead Man have met at 3 WrestleManias in 3 of the most devastating bouts in WWE history. Their first encounter, at WrestleMania 17, saw both men brawl throughout Houston's Astrodome. The Game used steel chairs and sledgehammers, but could not overcome the Dead Man, suffering defeat after the last ride. 10 years later, at WrestleMania 27, the 2 future WWE Hall of Famers met in a no-holds-barred match. Triple H destroyed Undertaker, using anything and everything around ringside to try and end the streak. Thinking the Dead Man was truly vulnerable, Triple H accepted the Undertaker's challenge for one last match at WrestleMania 28. In what was billed as the end of an era, the two clashed inside Hell in a Cell. Although Shawn Michaels, the special guest referee, tried to aid the Game, the Dead Man's WrestleMania mystique prevailed in another epic bout.
I learned what it takes to end another man's career.
At number 2, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. The role for the lone top spot in WWE fueled the disdain that existed between Bret Hitman Hart and Shawn Michaels in the 1990s. Both smaller competitors in the land of giants, they overcame size deficiencies to get over with audiences based on extraordinary in-ring ability. At WrestleMania 12, Hart and Michaels competed in a grueling 60-minute Iron Man match that saw the latter emerge with the world title and the former disappear from WWE for 6 months. When Hart returned, he grew increasingly disenfranchised with the state of the company under its new champion, adding fuel to a raging fire that existed between him and Michaels. Personal digs on and off-screen heightened the tension between them, leading to a real-life brawl behind the scenes and a hotly anticipated showdown between the two in Montreal at Survivor Series in November 1997. The Montreal Screwjob is the stuff of legend, but marked the conclusion of Hart's association with a company he had called home for 12 years.
First time I said, I don't know if this guy's the right guy, doesn't have the right mindset.
At number 1, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mr. McMahon. The greatest rivalry in the history of WWE is, which was during the Mighty Attitude Era, and it forever will be that between Austin and the evil, billionaire owner of the company, Vince McMahon, where Austin would portray as rebellious employee who wanted to do things his way and raising as much hell as possible while doing so. When Austin captured the WWE Championship and failed to fit McMahon's star mold, the two naturally butted heads. The Texas Rattlesnake made life a living hell for his employer, resulting in some of the most memorable and humorous moments in WWE television history. Whether he was dousing McMahon in beer, riding a Zamboni to the ring ahead of an ass-kicking, or filling a $1 million Corvette with concrete, he inspired a generation of rebels and stuck it to the man at the same time. If you like this video, then do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel to know more about WWE.